Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to tell about a secret on infrastructure. So that is a secret I'm just going to reveal at the end of this video. So if you want to know that secret, just follow this video till the end to get that secret. Okay. So coming to this today's topic is like just I just want to ask you a question like, have you ever felt and overwhelmed by the process of managing infrastructure, anything like if you take it as a cloud or on-prem, you feel sometime you feel like exhausted, right? So what if I told you there is a tool that can make it easy as writing a to-do list? Okay, that's where we have a tool. It's a very popular tool in infrastructure, Terraform. So Terraform is a powerful open source tool that lets you define and provision infrastructure using a simple and human readable language. So it is a very simple and human readable language. Okay. So in this video, I will not only explain what Terraform is, but I will also show you why it is a game changer for managing cloud infrastructure. Whether you are a new to Terraform or you are already familiar with it, I promise you will learn something unique today. Okay, so stick around and let's dive together. First thing I just want to cover here is like, what is Terraform? Terraform is first one. First point I just want to tell here is what is Terraform. So in a simple words, Terraform is an infrastructure as a code. Okay, so we call it as a IAC, infrastructure as code. And this tool is developed by HashiCorp and it allows you to define your infrastructure like, or imagine in an infrastructure, when we call it as an infrastructure, or short form infra, so there are so many things were covered like servers, database, then we have some networks and so on. Okay, so it will cover everything and create a code, and that too a readable code. And this code is written in a simple declarative language called as a HashiCorp configuration language. HashiCorp configuration language. Okay. So instead of so the main thing here is like why the Terraform is unique and why Terraform is unique because is cloud agnostic. It's a cloud agnostic, which means either it will work on all cloud providers, either it is AWS, AKS, Azure or Google. Okay, and even you can use some more cloud networks also. Okay, that's the cloud agnostic means it will work for any cloud, and also it is a open source, so it is a free to use, and even you can contribute for the development for any developments. Okay, and I just want to tell one point here is like Terraform is not just about provisioning resources because it's about managing them in a repeatable and a predictable way. That means in an organization when you need to develop some infra setup for creating one computer like a one configuration, okay, like you are building some 10 EC2 instances or 20 EC2 instances, rather than writing or creating manually, you can write a code so that will finish this task very quickly. Okay, that is what will have a repeatable and a predictable way. Okay, and it will also gives you a full control to your infrastructure. That's the beauty of Terraform. And as I said, like the Terraform is a game changer. Why the Terraform is going to be a game changer? The main qualities of a Terraform is like, as you know, we have a we are in the DevOps world. So in the DevOps world, we have two things. DevOps have to take care of like pipelines, deployments, etc. Right? And at the same time, we need to have a infra be ready to deploy these things. Right? So that is the as a DevOps, you need to handle both the things like infrastructure and at the same time your day-to-day pipelines and the deployment structures. So that's why it's code-driven infrastructure. So you can define your entire infrastructure in a code. So as how you will written your code here to do the deployments, same thing you can write a code here and you can do the deployments. And also it is a you can create your code and you can review the changes and you can collaborate with your others just like with like an application code. And it is the main thing is like it will consistency across the environment. So Terraform will work on any OS. Like if you take it as a Linux or Mac, even Windows, Terraform will work like a breeze. So no doubt at all. Okay, so don't feel like whether I need to install a new OS or to work on the Terraform. So no issue. So any OS it will work. And also Terraform ensures your staging, production, and development environments look exactly the same. As I said, like it's a multi-cloud support. So we need no need to deploy the resources on AWS or Azure or Google Cloud. Terraform will do the things very seamless and it will provide you a single tool for all the providers. And also the main part here is like time consuming. As I said here, like creation of the 10 EC2 instances or 20 EC2 instances at a stretch. So when you have a code to run, you can reduce the time, right? So much of time will be reduced. Even also there is a, if you do a manual configuration, there are some error prompts will happen and time consuming. So by small mistake, the complete infrastructure will get down and so much of debugging things to be enabled to work on it. So rather than that, if you maintain IAC, it will be easy for you to track and even you can review your changes and you always put your focus on building instead of managing. So that's the beauty of the Terraform and that's the main reason for the game changing. Now I will take you to a demo to creation of a small EC2 instance using a Terraform. Let's jump into it. So see here my screen. Now I have a EC2, one second. Just now I have destroyed my EC2 instance. Now I'm going to create it. Before doing a demo, I just want to tell you some of the files here. So if you see in this main.tf, that is the main file for creation of any infrastructure. So what are the things were there in this main.tf file? You see here we have a provider is nothing but what is the where you are going to build your infrastructure, whether it is a cloud or on-prem or anywhere. Even you can build your Kubernetes cluster or you can do some of those type of deployment tools also using a Terraform. So that's about the provider. And a resource is nothing but what is the resource you want to create under that respect to provider. Okay, now I'm going to create an AWS instance with instance type of T2 micro and the image ID and respect to tags. This is about the main.tf file and some hidden files will be there. So I'll go to this terraform.tf file. So .terraform, this is having a the provider information. It will get cached into your folder and every time when you run, it will use this cache and it will run your changes on top of it. The next one is log file. This is your hash value for your whatever the provider you have downloaded. For that version, you will have a hash value that will store here and the Terraform state file. This is the very important thing that you have to maintain the state file as a if you by creating your remote backends to store this one because whenever you build your infrastructure a state file will get updated. Even a small change happen on your infrastructure, the state file will get catch that information and store it. So you have to maintain the state file or else if state file is missed or crashed, then your infrastructure won't work as expected. So that is the importance of a state file. Okay, now I'm going to run and create a small EC2 instance and I will show you a basic Terraform commands also here. Now I'm going to run Terraform init means you want to initialize something to implement before implementation you are initializing something to perform in your Terraform. So what it is trying to say like I have a you are trying to create something on top of AWS. So whether that provider is already available or not, if it is available, then it will say like yes it is available, I'm going to initialize it, we can proceed with the next steps. Next I need to run terraform plan. If I run terraform plan, now this will show you a blueprint of your respective EC2 instance. Like as I said, like when you bring up all the AWS provider into your mission, so you have the content, base content. On top of that one, what are the things you are going to add it here is I'm going to create. It will ask you again like whether to proceed it or not. Okay, so it will not go ahead and straightforward won't run anything. But remember here when you run it, the Terraform state files are getting updated because I'm using the same state file for doing the destroy create vice versa, right? So it will keep update. So now I need to provide whether yes or no. If I give yes, it will start creating the instance in a AWS console. Now I'll show you some more thing here is like how we can check the instance which is created rather logging into the AWS console. You don't need to log into the AWS console. You can directly check it from here. If you run Terraform show, so you can see here, right? This is my instance ID, which is created successfully. And now I'm going to see what are the other fields were created. I'm including this instance ID. So let's check out that. See, this is the complete information from the AWS console. Rather logging into that, I can able to see this information here. So these things will work normally in an organization, like to do an automation, to get some information, to add it for your automation. So these things are really helpful. So it will give you almost everything, whatever is there in the console. Front end, you can see the data here. Okay, that's the beauty. Now finally I'm going to destroy this one, like Terraform destroy auto approve. This is not actually recommended in the production, so just try it in your local environments or development environments. When you give auto approve, what will happen? It won't ask you yes or no, it will just directly go and destroy your EC2 instance. So this is about a demo of like how this small EC2 instance is getting created by using a Terraform, and how quickly it is in a seconds it is creating that EC2 instance, right? Rather than logging into that console and doing these activities and all. Okay, if you see here, it's going to destroy an instance and the instance ID here. So finally, whatever I created, I had just destroyed it. Okay, this is about a small demo on it. And now let's come back to our discussion. So the point here is like, I just want to give you some more tips and the best practices. Here, when you advance into the Terraform skills to the next level, there is a concept in the Terraform is like workspaces. In these workspaces, we can create development, stage, and production. So by creating these separate workspaces, you can have your separation of duties and you can create your own infrastructure. And once the development is working as expected, the same code will be shipped to the stage and production. So like this, you can maintain the separate state for your different environments. And also make sure you are always organizing your code. Okay, so for example, you are working on one team and there is a one more team is working on the same thing, so you can create your own modules. So here we call it as a modules. So you create one module and this module can be shipped and they can able to use the same module for their purpose. Okay, for example, you have created one creation of EC2 instance module. So they don't want to use the same module again and again, same content again and again in their code. They can call this module and complete the EC2 instance and they can proceed with the next steps. So that is the organizing your code. And as I said, like always maintain your state file securely. Okay, so that is very important. Why? Because if you didn't store the state file, if you lost the state file, entire infrastructure things will get collapse, and that will cause a different issues. And that's the reason you can lock your state file. Okay, if you lock this one, even the other team members also trying to do any changes on the state file, they cannot able to do it. Okay, so that is the main important tips and practices I just want to suggest for the beginners on this one. So finally, as I said, like what's the secret? I just want to reveal here. I have revealed so many secrets here by this time, so people will understand what are the things I have revealed here. So basically, Terraform is more than just a tool. So it's a paradigm shift in how we think and about the infrastructure, and also by defining infrastructure as a code, you gain control and consistency and the ability to scale effortlessly. So my only suggestion, if you are new to Terraform, I really encourage you to give it a try today by installing Terraform and running some basic things on it, and do the small things and experiment it. Try to connect to the different types of providers and see how it can work on your daily task. Okay, so that's it about this today. And don't forget to like this video, and please share, subscribe to my channel, and also share your thoughts in the comments. I'd like to hear how you are using Terraform in your projects. Until next time, happy coding. Thanks for watching. Bye.